Still on the census, the presumed inflation of the 2009 census results 10 years ago could have come to haunt parts of the northern Kenya, of parts of the country, the northern part of the country that have in this year's headcount either posted a decline in population or lower growth rates.
Well, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics says shortly after the 2009 exercise, it revised the population size downwards by nearly 1 million, arising from 8 districts that posted suspicious numbers. Sam Gituku reports on questionable numbers that show up the fortunes of Mandera, Wajir and Garissa and Turkana as well counties, each getting 6 constituencies after the boundaries review in 2012.
When then Planning Minister Wycliffe Oparanya released the 2009 census results, he put the population at 38.6 million, but he put a caveat on 8 districts in Turkana, Mandera, Wajir and Garissa counties that were found to have grown in population in rates beyond dynamics of death, birth and migration tides. Oparanya's attempt to cancel the results and have enumeration repeated in the said districts was quashed by the High Court, which also directed that the numbers would be used as attained in the census 2009.
The men were 3 times the women in those areas. So we were wondering how the men above 35 were staying without women.
But in 2016, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics succeeded in getting leave to continue projecting population for the said districts beyond the census. The decision allowed KNBS to revise its population as of 2009 to 37.7 million, meaning more than 900,000 people could have been an exaggeration.
We know from 2009, when we had the issues of the court, we abided by the court ruling that the numbers to be used were as enumerated by then. But again, we went to the Court of Appeal and it was agreed that the numbers adjusted can be used for the planning process.
In the census 10 years ago, Mandera Central District had posted 417,000 people, KNBS questioning the authenticity of 286,000. Mandera East was at 288,000, but of that, 178,000 was suspicious. Mandera West posted 319,000 against a projection of just 107,000 based on the census of 1999. The census was manual, conducted by officials picked from the local communities. This year, Mandera's population has declined by 158,000, unlike other regions that grew. The census was conducted digitally. In the neighboring Garissa County, Lagdera district numbers were questioned. The enumeration exercise returned 245,000, raising alarm over 37,000 people. In Wajir County, Wajir East District was the black sheep. 224,000 was the number on paper, and projections raised the alarm on 70,000 people. In the expansive Turkana County, all the then 3 districts were questioned. Turkana Central had 254,000 people in total. 17,000 could not be accounted for from projections. Turkana North raised suspicion over 60,000 people. Turkana South was questioned over authenticity of 124,000 people. In this year's census, Turkana has registered 926,000, some leaders feeling the growth is too low. Garissa and Wajir counties have registered growth of 218,000 and 110,000 respectively. Following the controversial 2009 numbers, each of the counties affected got 6 constituencies. With the numbers tilting and the population threshold going up, the same counties risk losing some of the constituencies at the delimitation of boundaries.
But we want to ask the DG to open the service. We want to see the raw data from the mapping to the actual census that took place on the 24th to 31st of August.
There are issues to do with data protection, data privacy, issues to do with confidentiality. All those would be taken into consideration. So let's not anticipate, because Parliament also would need to be sensitized.
KNBS saying it will take time for analysis that will show why the shifts in population are attributable to birth and death rates as well as migration trends. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV.